Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. I'm gonna be unboxing the HORI Fighting Commander OCTA for the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4, and I believe it does work with PC, but I would check online first. I've just seen that from a lot of the reviews I've been watching, but it doesn't mention it here. It is officially licensed by PlayStation, and it's just one of those 6-button fight pad layouts that I really do need when it comes to playing fighting games. Sometimes I'll use the stick, but you know, just for convenience rather than having the stick out. And the stick I use is the Mad Catz Tournament Edition +2, I think it's called, the Street Fighter Edition one. But a lot of the time I just do prefer having pads, but growing up with like the Sega and stuff, I'm used to the 6-button layout, and I just can't get, I mean, I can play with, you know, like the DualSense, because a lot of people don't really like it, but I love this D-pad. I love trying to pull stuff off of this. It's like a nice texture. I like it. It works really well for me, but I just don't like having just the 4 buttons here. I don't play claw, but I do like to have the 6 buttons. That's just my preference. Got this mainly for PS5 games. The pad that I have been using is the Power Fusion, this one, and this is like almost a perfect pad for me. The D-pad is fantastic. It's just so floaty and squishy. You can, if I can just show this, like, I know it's not an unboxing for this, but like just to show, like, from just the one angle I can do like full circles. It's so like loose and squishy and floaty, and this curved area here, it really does like help just guide the thumb. And then, you know, the 6-button layout. The only problem with this that I've had is, one, it's a PS4 pad, so it works on the PS5, but you have to download the PS4 version of the game. And with future games coming out, like Street Fighter 6, getting the PlayStation 5 pad is essential. And the other thing is, games like the Capcom Fighting Collection or the Street Fighter Collection, they use the touchpad on the DualSense as a menu button to navigate between all the games in the collection. So I have to keep logging in this DualSense just to hit the touchpad to change game if I'm playing like the Darkstalkers games on this. But this pad is like, it's my favourite. I hope they come out with a PS5 version of this. That's why we've went ahead and purchased the OCTA. So let's just quickly show you the box. Don't need to see the sides, everything else is on the back here. The only thing I'm kind of concerned about with this, like I said, the D-pad that I like is like the, you know, the really squishy, soft, loose D-pad. This one looks to me, and from all the reviews, I think it's the complete opposite to the one I like. It's mainly the micro switch buttons I'm buying this for. This looks like it's the really stiff, kind of sore D-pad, the opposite of what I want. But I'm sure something else for the PS5 will come out eventually soon, with Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 are just around the corner. So when that does come out, if this isn't what I'm hoping it'll be, then I can always get something else. And I don't know why I'm not able to, I'm trying not to damage the box, but I'm going to give in a minute if it keeps resisting me. Go. Okay, so nothing else in the box there. I'll put it to the other side so it doesn't catch on fire with the candles. And it just comes packaged like this. A little instruction manual. I can plug a controller in. Thank you very much. So already I can tell it's quite a long cable, which is handy. When you're going to get a wired controller, you want, you know, a really long cable. You just, even if you don't need it, it's just always handy. You never know when you might want to take the controller or move something around. Okay, and let's have a look at this. Okay, so I'm scared to touch the D-pad because, as you can tell, it looks like one of the old Xbox 360 D-pads, and I'm hoping it's nice. Like, the main thing here is the 6 buttons, and we've got a touchpad button already. So first impression, holding the controller, it is super light. It feels like the weight when I pick up the controller, the only weight I feel is this coming from the cable. Like, if I lift this up here, like, there's no weight to it at all. Now, some people might not like that. Listen, it's a fight pad, it's not my main controller. When I'm sitting there playing, like, you know, a main game, I'm going to use this. For my fight games, I'm absolutely fine with this. So the analog stick, you've got the, is it the octagonal, you would say? Where, listen, if you can hear this, maybe see. Oh. You hear all the clicks, because I don't know if it's picked up, because it's quite dark here. I try to do it at the window to get the light, but see how it's catching there? It's really, there's a lot less distance it needs to travel, and you can get, as opposed to the DualSense where you've got a full circle you need to travel. This has got all the directional points that the D-pad has, and it's just much better for fighting games. So you've got your micro button switches here. We will go and try them. Oh, okay. So at first when I pressed it, I thought, it's really, there's really no distance it's traveling there. I'm trying to find even this one. So if we look at the one here at the edge, yeah, where you can actually see part of the button, you can see how little it's traveling. See that? So they feel excellent. Yeah, and they're flat. They're not rounded. They're just smooth, flat buttons. Like cat, please. This is an important review. You don't need to be here for it. I mean, they feel fantastic. The bumpers, you can see, they feel nice, they feel good. I'm gonna have to move the cat because she is gonna knock shit over in a minute. Come on now, go down. Now let's get to the main thing, because I do not use this. Now this one, the octagonal one, I'll try it out, but I don't use that. I use D-pads for fighting games, so. Okay, it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. It is, I mean, I could have lucked out. I'm sure there'll be people that'll, I mean, that it's really loose. From all the reviews, I was just going by what people said online, and when you look at it, to me, when I look at that, and you see that in pictures, it looks stiff, whereas you look at something like this, and it just looks like really loose and floaty, yeah? But this is actually not, because I see a lot of people who are saying like the soft part of your thumb is going to be sore after a while using it, and that's why I held off on this, because I was like, maybe I'll wait, but I'm really not feeling any issues with that. I'm going to try and catch. You can see it's really soft, actually, really soft. Okay, so this might actually just end up being my main pad. Oh, and on the back here, if my God, my eyes, guys, my eyes are terrible. I think, yeah, I can see PC. That's the only. I'm looking through my phone, and the only part, I know you guys will be reading that. Like, how can you not see that? Trust me, I'm at the window. The lighting's not good, and my eyes are terrible. I can see PC there. I'm assuming that's PS5 and PS4 somewhere there. So we've got those buttons to switch between. I don't know what the other one is. Let me. Oh, it's the L3 button and everything if you want to change up the layout of the controller, I think, if I'm looking at that correct. But you got those. So let's just go over. Bumper's really nice. They're a lot closer together than a. No, they're not. No, they're pretty much the same. But you obviously don't have like a trigger there, it's just a fight pad, so it's going to have that. Touchpad fine, share, everything fine. one of these buttons, I'm not sure which one it is, okay, but one of them does lock, like for a tournament mode I believe, it locks the controller. The PS button is flat, it's not rounded, it's kind of like them, but these buttons are so nice. There's so little travel, and I hope it's picking up how nice they are sound wise. Obviously functionality is what comes first, but I just love that. Like I said, I don't play claw like this, but I really like that D-pad. Actually, the one thing I was worried about, I knew I would love everything else. You know, I know myself, I know fighting games, I know what I like when it comes to it, and I knew I would love everything. The one thing I was worried about was the D-pad, and I can tell you, and I wouldn't bullshit you, because like I would tell you, this is like a cheap one. This was only like 30 odd pound or something. You can get it online for now, and this is like one of the best fighting pads I've used. You know, I actually prefer this to my 250 pound fight stick that I have, but I really like this D-pad. I don't want to say anything until I've played it, using it more. It's definitely not as loose as this one. Like this one, like you can see here, like the whole D-pad can, from one corner, can be tilted up and down. So what I find with this is, if you're just sitting there on the sofa and you're kind of playing lazy and you're not really, you know, you're just chilled, laid back, you can get away with making some lazy inputs on this and it will still pull off the moves for you, because the D-pad does half of the work for you. But this one, it's really loose, but it feels like you might not get away with as many lazy inputs. You might have to be a little bit more, you know, intentional with your directions and stuff, but definitely not as stiff as people were making out online. Definitely doesn't feel sore. Like when I looked at it online, it looked kind of sharp, like digging my thumb around there would possibly be sore after a while. I don't feel that. My thumb, it's a really nice size as well. It might not be picking it up there, but it feels smaller than that D-pad on the Power A, and it feels like my thumb just fits the whole D-pad. Because it's a little bit smaller, my thumb fits the whole D-pad, and my thumb can do all the work with minimal movement. Like I said, we'll need to try this out. We'll need to, it can slide along. We'll need to try it out in game. I'll maybe try and edit it and put some footage of me playing a couple of different games up at the end of the video, depending on how lazy I am creatively. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's the HORI Fighting Commander OCTA for the PlayStation 5. I'm going to be using this for Street Fighter 6 and for the Capcom Fighting Collection that I got it on sale there like the other month. I've been waiting for that to go on sale. I still want to get the physical copy, but it went on sale and it was like less than half price, and I just had to jump on it. But these buttons I love this. I love this, and I'm wondering if there's so little travel distance that I'm just wondering. I mean, I doubt it's going to give any kind of advantage, but it just feels so nice. Oh, and sorry, yeah, there is a headphone jack there as well. And holding, it just feels really nice. It feels like it feels like a DualSense, really. Although it's you don't. One thing you notice, the texture, it's just like pure smooth. It's not got that textured feel of the grip that the DualSense has. It's just completely smooth around the back as well. I do like there's a slight kind of more of a bump here that just kind of hooks your fingers in a nice position compared to the DualSense. But yeah, the star of the show definitely is these buttons. D-pad is really nice from what I can see so far. We'll try out some Street Fighter, some Darkstalkers, maybe see some other stuff. And I'm even going to try this out because this feels really nice as well, but normally I don't like playing fighting games with anything other than a stick or a D-pad. But analog sticks, I never really find them to be, I just don't find them to be precise enough for me, and that's just my personal preference. This though, like I said, it's a lot stiffer than a DualSense analog stick, and it's got a lot less travel distance. You're getting to where you need to go a lot quicker. You can snap like much more precise movements, whereas this one you've got this big loose thing going around. This is made for fighting games, and the top there it's smaller than the DualSense as well, so I don't know if that helps, but it feels nicer to do some of the... Don't get me wrong, if you're playing like a game like God of War or something, this feels nicer, this feels premium. This feels nice though for a fighting game, for doing quick little like kind of half circles, different movements. Like even the full circle there, just it feels so nice to do. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I will see you at the next video. Goodbye.